therapy, which I had heard and actually saw in her movie, would be greatly advantageous for me in my work with my clients. What I discovered was just that. Not only did I do an amazing piece of personal healing, but I learned processes that were so simple and so elegant that I will definitely take this work back and incorporate it in the work that I already do. Birth trauma shows up and is work not just for pregnant moms and children, it's for you and I. What happened to us in gestation, what happened to us at our birth, affects who we are today and creates the issues that we face. Whether they're relational, remembering that the first relationship you have is with your mom in utero. And so relationships that you're having difficult with, committing in relationships, staying in relationships, finding your way through to a healthy relationship is all related to what happened to you at birth. Whether you have procrastination issues is all related to birth. Obstetrical interventions that are done all affect who we are today, and this work will heal that. You will step out of a 2-day or 4-day training different than when you went in. And I can tell you that I have experienced that already. I noticed how I responded differently to something that was spoken to me, an offer that was made that in the past I would have clenched up inside and wondered whether it was something I could rise to. There was none of that. There was just a deep knowing that I could. This work is brilliant. These processes deal with the relationship between the reptilian brain, the neofrontal cortex, and the limbic system in a brand new way. That when I completed the process, I felt a balance that I have never felt in my professional life, and witnessed client after client after client having the same response. These new processes that Elena has created are part of these new brain sciences. They are bringing into awareness that emotional healing can happen and can happen quickly.
I love Elena. I did from the moment I walked in. She's just got that really nice, warm, welcoming energy about her, and you can see that, you know, you can just see and feel that she's committed to people, or to spirit, or people in spirit, whatever. But you know, so yeah, she's awesome.
She's one kick-ass woman. On this traineeship, I've had a fabulous time.
Wow. Elena embodies virtually everything that you could want, and be able to relate to a woman, a teacher, a master, a goddess. She just embodies everything that I wish in my heart.
Going through these kind of processes, people take responsibility. People have the chance to take responsibility for their own health, and then they can be in the driver's seat, and that's going to have impact not only for them, but for people in their family and for their children. And that's the kind of example of living that impacts everybody. And after these 4 days, I'm really feeling good. I feel lighter, and I feel more in touch with the husband and the father that I know I am on the inside, and that I now can more easily be in my life.
I've done 4 workshops, including a 10-day and now a 5-day workshop with Elena, and I guess suffice to say that my life is in a completely different space. I'm writing a book at the moment, I'm getting ready to run workshops, I do intuitive readings, which I didn't do 2 years ago, and basically I've even signed with a publisher for my book. So the things that have come out of this, and signing with a publisher came 2 days after my last workshop, so it was instant. And what I'm really aware of is the difference within me, my willingness to follow my heart. Elena really encourages you to follow your truth, and when you do that, that's when magic happens. So since working with limbic imprint recoding, what I've noticed is it's that I just feel differently about things within me, within myself. It's not an outward change, it's not a change of my mind, it's a change just in my beingness and in who I am. I am now calmer, more present, and more willing to commit to my truth and what I want to create in my life. And I am creating it in my life. I'm just more peaceful. I'm more peaceful in my heart. I'm more committed to my own self, and I put a lot of that down to this work because it's something that impacts the way I view the world and the way I feel about myself and the world and my children. The processes stir you up, they bring all your stuff up, and what I'm really aware of is that the people that come into your path are the ones that bring up the next process. So if I'm triggered by somebody, guaranteed that's my next process. So if I'm feeling angry, it's my responsibility to find within me where that charge is, and then that becomes part of the next process. My intention then is to let that go so that I'm cleaner. And the 10-day and the 5-day are incredibly intense, incredibly beautiful, incredible amount of unfolding, and it's impossible not to go to the next level within yourself, is my opinion on that. It's the spiral, and we spiral up and come to that next realm within our own beings.
Ever since I first met her in Byron Bay 2 years ago, my whole life has completely changed. I found that after the first workshop, I found permission to be myself again, and I've found courage to do that and be that, and I find that my life has just done a 180-degree spin, and I'm so much happier now, and I'm so much stronger in myself, and I'm doing what I love, and I won't compromise anymore. And I think the biggest thing, I find that every time I go to one of these events, it's a catalyst to incredible change in my life. And when I did the 10-day training, it was all about sexual healing for me. And I managed to, very shortly after that 10 days, just be led on this path towards healing, and healed myself of a condition I'd had for 30 years. And so that's amazing. It gives you the freedom, it gives you the courage, it gives you inspiration. And I'm so grateful to Elena for everything that she's done for my life. I'm a doula and childbirth educator, and I use Elena's work in everything that I do. I show her film when I'm teaching hypnobirthing, and it inspires women to know that there's another possibility for their birth, and they feel inspired to reclaim their power.
I did Elena's limbic imprint apprenticeship training about a year ago, and since then it seems like I'm much better able to particularly receive into my life the love that I have so long desired. I've got a really beautiful relationship now that's come since then, and I'm loved by a man who adores me and who is also able to receive my love really deeply, and it's such a beautiful, rich exchange. And also, I'm also able to help him with the work that I've done, hold him in his deep vulnerability and allow him to open and blossom, because my intuition is sharper, my trust in myself is deeper, and my ability to comprehend what's going on for him, what might be unfolding from the past, and my ability to actually meet that is much stronger. And so it's beautiful to be able to serve in that way, and to have my relationship continuously growing, because we don't have to get stuck because of the past.
And that whole thing of birth, because even though I'm not a midwife, I'm not a doula, it's that part of like, well, this gives you skills to be able to introduce people into just birthing into themselves.
And do you think you've gained enough from this traineeship to to take people through these processes?
I do. I did the limbic imprint on the night that we finished, and I'm now the proud mother of 3 children, and I realised what Elena feels every time she says, "Welcome, baby." And it just brought back that whole point of looking at my son when he was first born, that first gaze. It's just gives you the opportunity to just go, "You're mine," and there's so much love. It's like source connection, flood.
Oh, if a friend asks me about the traineeship, don't hold back. Go with great gusto, be open. Just be open to have your own experience and be open to sharing and having the bonding and the love with other people, with other women, other men, whatever it takes. It's life-changing and you won't be the same again.
I found Elena to be immensely professional and proficient in what she does. Her ability to hold the energy of a group in a healthy and safe way and facilitate this deep work was nothing short of magnificent. I have facilitated many groups in my 16 years of practice, and so I can sit on this seat and tell you that the work was beautiful. Whether she was working with someone who this was the first time they had stepped into the hot seat of doing personal work, to someone like me who has been doing personal work for the last 20 years. Working in birth therapy as I have, which is the peri and prenatal psychology arena, being able to hold the space of being the healthy mother and healthy father, creating a system, creating a container where there is healthy family is of prime importance. Elena holds that in a very, very unique and beautiful way. She's playful, she's curious, she's totally accepting of who you are, and she's completely attuned to what's happening in the arena, in this field, because emotions run very high at times. Her work is very, very beautiful and very, very safe and very healing. I highly recommend it.